welcome in to this week's episode of State of Real Estate, a very exciting episode. We've even got the fireworks going in the back here because it's a big day for Tampa School of Real Estate, as well as the big day for a lot of the people who have taken advantage of our pre-order special that we've had running. And we've actually got a great launch day special going on right now. So if this is the first you're hearing about this new course, if you've been on the fence about it, this is your last chance to get a serious discount because it is now live. If you go to tampaschoolofrealestate.com and enroll in this course, it's going to immediately be added to your account. And if you want a faster link to go straight to it, do tsre.us/John. So tsre.us/John. Mike, you'll help me out because that link isn't clicking here. tsre.us/John. And welcome in everybody tuning in on Facebook, on YouTube, at tampaschoolofrealestate.com. If you've clicked the link in your email. If you're not yet subscribed to those emails, go to tampaschoolofrealestate.com. Give us your email so we could get you subscribed to those emails so you get notifications whenever it is that we have new information to help you grow your real estate business. You know, normally we're not just talking about our courses on these live streams. We're normally using these weekly live streams we do to talk about information important for your exam, information important to making money in real estate. You know, really, if we could break it down to it, that's really what Ask the Instructor was created for. Ask the Instructor was created to basically answer questions as it relates to the technical side of the real estate industry, and State of Real Estate has been about the making money side of real estate. You get your real estate license and you know how to make money. I mean, it's that easy. And there may be people out there saying, oh, well, you know, I've taken an online course before and I couldn't even make it through. Or maybe they got their real estate license, but they didn't know what to do once they had their license. Maybe they didn't join a good broker. There's so many people that could have had a story it is that has gone wrong, but that doesn't necessarily mean things will go wrong for you. As a matter of fact, that's why we're here at Tampa School Real Estate. That's why we're doing these live streams. You know, we didn't have to go on here live today, but we do this every single week, even on holiday weekends, to help our students and potential students better understand real estate. So if you haven't checked out the channel yet, we've got lots of past videos about how to make money with referrals, how to earn commission, the steps to get licensed, how to hold open houses, how to get listing appointments, how to close buyers quickly. I mean, you name it. We've probably done a real estate related topic on it on this show before. So if there's any information you're trying to find, reach out to us. You can actually get in touch with one of our advisors more directly. The phone number is 813-333-2676, 813-333-2676. You can call or text us at that number. And we're here to help you out in any way it is that we can. We want more people to be successful in real estate. There's plenty enough business to go around. There's so many people moving to Florida literally every single day. And that's not even just recent. That's like historically. There's always more people moving to Florida than moving out of Florida. We're a growing state. And everybody needs places to live. They need places to work. Sometimes that's together now. That's another trend that you're seeing. So there's all these trends, and there's so much you can do with your real estate license. There's so much opportunity. But until you have that license, it's not within your reach because it's a third-degree felony to practice real estate without a real estate license. So this course meets the Florida Real Estate Commission requirement. Oh, nice, Mike. That link looks perfect. Thank you. This meets the FREC requirement. It's a 63-hour course, and this is video-based. So if you like watching my videos and you want a video-based version of this course, this people have asked us for years for something like this, and this course literally has been years in the making. You know, I mean, if you're a longtime viewer of these shows, you probably remember when we just had the one camera. We didn't have this big digital fancy whiteboard thing. We just had this crusty looking like whiteboard. You go back and you watch some of our early videos from 2014. We've doubled down a lot on videos, and that's been part of it as well. Being able to have the production capabilities here at Tampa School of Real Estate, and obviously I don't even know what camera to look at here, so there's that. But that's why we pre-record this here, because when things are live, when you know, say you're enrolled in an instructor-led class, Whether that be an in-person class or maybe one of our live stream. We actually have 4 different formats now to get your real estate license. This new course we just launched today, which is an on-demand instructor-led course. It's essentially a bunch of short, easy-to-follow videos with some little knowledge checkpoints throughout the course. And we tried to make this as close to our live stream course as possible, but what is so important in this format, because even though this is instructor-led, you're doing this at your own pace, and you have access to our student support team, but you don't want to have to reach out to us. Wouldn't you rather just get your answers going through the material? So there's so much intentional design of this curriculum and refinement of this curriculum over the years that has gone into really breaking this down into simple, easy, need-to-know information. And a lot of times, especially as it relates to the important information, your questions get answered as you continue through the course without even having to ask them. And that's not something that's just coincidence. That's something I've tried to hone that ability over the years. You know, giving you a little bit more of my backstory. So when I first started teaching real estate classes, I didn't speak like this. I didn't look like this. I didn't sound like this. I didn't really know what I was talking about when I first got my instructor license. I mean, getting a real estate instructor license, it's no easy task. But getting a real estate instructor license does not mean that you've even mastered this material. Because I can assure you I was not a master of this material when I first got my real estate license. And I started teaching just a little evening class. You know, some of you might have even been tuning in watching this video if I've got any of my past students. And I've met some really impressive people. And not even just impressive at the time, but people that have really came into their own and really showed the whole world how impressive it is that they could be, whether that's getting on TV shows or really getting their own TV shows, let alone just getting on a TV show, to closing millions of dollars in commission. There's agents that blow my mind what it is that they've been able to do in really such a short period of time even, but that's what real estate is. I know it, but then again, I see it happen actually, and I'm like, wow, it really is. Because it's just so hard to believe. I mean, if you've seen us do the calculations for commission and you wonder, wow, do people actually make that much money? Yes, they can. Now, there's cost to running your business, to growing your business, of course. But with as much money as potentially is on the table, this can be extremely lucrative. And when it comes down to it, this course, now, this is a 63-hour course, and it is video-based, and we don't expect anybody to just go sit down in front of the computer for 60 hours straight and try to go knock this whole thing out. You could if you want to. This is at your own pace. However, you do have 365 days of access. Now, we don't expect you to take a whole year to go through this either. To give you an idea of what our other instructor-led schedules typically look like, they're anywhere from 7 days, and that's where you're going like all day, and that's intense. So if you committed like all day, going through this material 7 days straight, you could probably make it through the course. Again, it's about 63 hours worth of video, so in theory, you could do it in just a little over 2 days if you just don't sleep and drink a bunch of coffee, but you probably won't retain much material, so I don't recommend that. So we're going to be talking today, and let me know if anyone's tuning in, whether you're over on Facebook, if you're on YouTube. I'm going to try to watch the comments on all these, because I know we've got so many people that pre-ordered this course that have been waiting for this course to be launched and ready and able to access. And some of you might have, I'm sure a lot of you probably have some plans this weekend. And here's the great part about this course. If you enroll, because we've got a great launch day special going on, you have 365 days of access. So one of the things I'm going to talk about today is, since this is a self-guided course, it's not self-guided because it's instructor-guided, but it's on demand. You have to go in there and do it. I mean, we'll email you and say, hey, get in there, go finish your course. But ultimately, you have to be the one clicking into it and going through the videos and answering those knowledge checks. And ultimately, we've designed this course to try to be as engaging and entertaining as possible. I mean, that's part of the development I had to do to be ready to be able to deliver this course in this format here. I mean, this is a huge task that, granted, I've got, I don't know how many thousands of hours now in front of a camera, so I've kind of really honed my video skills. And if you like watching the videos, great. You'll probably really like the instructor-led video-based course, because I'm more on point in that. Because honestly, when I come up here, there's usually not even much of a plan. We're like, all right, what are we talking about today? What's the chat say? So if you're tuning in, let me know what questions you have about getting started, what next steps. Otherwise, we're just going to go right. And yes, happy 4th of July to everyone as well. And yes, Carolyn, we also have the other course that we just launched as well for just $1, and that's the licensing guide. And that's a great companion, especially if you want to like a video-based just walkthrough of exactly what to do. A nice, quick, easy resource without being distracted by all the other information that's out there. Just nice, concise, do this, do this, do this, do this with some little videos we shot right here in the studio to guide you through this. And this is a very short, easy course, but if you don't have a real estate license yet and you're not ready to commit to the whole course, go get that $1 course. And if it sounds like something you could do, then go enroll in this on-demand course, because you will need a Florida Real Estate Commission approved pre-licensing course in order to take your state exam. Unless you're an attorney in good standing with the Florida Bar, or you have a degree in real estate. So if you have a degree in real estate, you're going to be exempt from the course. You still need to pass your exam, but if you need any help studying, contact us. We've got some really great study tools. And we've got really great bundles of the study tools as well for anyone signing up for this course. But let's talk about getting into this. So again, it's about 63 hours of content that you're going to be working through. And again, it's primarily video-based instruction, kind of similar to almost like you'd be taking a live stream class with us, but you could do it anytime, day or night. Now, the live stream class, of course, you'll have a live instructor with you. So if you would prefer a set schedule with a live instructor, then sign up for our live stream class. You could even add this on as like an additional study material if you want. But rather than buying this course, I would say get the Pass First Try study tools, because the weekend prep recording is going to be, if you already have a completion certificate that's valid for your state exam, you don't need to take this on-demand course that we just launched today. If you want to, if you feel like the course you took, you really didn't take much away from it and you're lost, maybe it's been a long time ago, okay, maybe re-enroll with this, because you pass this exam, you'll actually get another 2 years for this year. But if it's relatively recent and you feel like you're just not quite there yet, go get the weekend prep recording at least, or get the Pass First Try exam prep bundle, because that's going to be a lot more focused, because it does not have to meet FREC approval. This course has to meet FREC approval. So there's a lot of information that's taught throughout this course that, again, the goal of this is still to emphasize and focus on those key points, but there's a lot of other information that gets covered as well. So those study tools are still a great addition, but are they required? No. You could take this course alone, and just with the information in here alone, because it's all in there, you'll be able to pass both your end of course and your state exam. But the key thing for making sure you're in a position to be able to pass those exams is knowing that you know the information. Not just completing the course and thinking you know the information, but actually knowing it. Look, the one downside of this being a video-based course is if you don't pay attention to it, you've got to rewatch the video. But that's the bright side of it, because if you're in an instructor-led class and you're watching an instructor-led course, and then you miss something because you've got to step away to go to the bathroom, and that could happen when you're in an in-person class as well. Say you've got to get up to go to the bathroom in the middle of a lesson, the class isn't going to necessarily stop just because one person had to use the bathroom, especially if you just had a bathroom break. And that's where, again, sometimes those exam prep tools, that might be enough to fill in those little missing pieces, especially for the important parts. But now with this whole course, you'll have access to the entire course for 365 days, and even after you complete modules, you could go back and review and refresh on anything. But now the question is, how long are you going to take for this? And part of this 63 hours is actually 3 hours for the end of course exam. Because the end of course exam you'll do right online. You'll have 3 hours. It is timed. You have 3 hours to get that done. So let's say you wanted to get this done in 30 days. Now, this is still on demand, so if you're going through and reviewing sections or anything like that, that's not what we're talking about with this. We're just talking about the time to go through this material here, to go through it once. So you probably want to budget in some extra time for studying, maybe to review certain sections, because some of the stuff, it does get pretty dense in there. You know, we try to keep all these videos short to be nice and easy to follow, and most of them are going to be like 5 to maybe 10 minutes on the longer side. But we wanted to make these quick and easy, so that way you're not having to sit there for hours on end going through an entire chapter of this book. I mean, the book, here's the book that's included with this. We ship this out for free. This is included with your course. You actually get a hard copy of this. This book, I mean, honestly, there's visual on the screen, there's the video of me, so this book is really more so to be supplement of this information. It's going to be a lot more detailed than what you're seeing on the screen, but it could be good to read through to again get a different perspective on the information, because this isn't just me reading the book. I've seen those demos for those courses out there where they just read the book or they just read the slides. Now, the slides are ultimately what we're talking about, but I'm not just here to read slides to you. I'm not just here to read a book to you. I'm here to bring this information to life. Because that's the best shot at that learning experience of making it memorable. You know, the actual learning side of things, that's not going to guarantee that you remember something. There's a lot I could do to try to, again, make this information as efficient and engaging as possible. But at the same time, it's still up to you to be able to retain that information because you're the one that has to perform on the exam. And, you know, sometimes you might have to go through it a couple of times. Not because you're not smart. Don't worry about how smart you are. This course isn't about being smart. The real estate license is not about being smart. Go talk to enough realtors out there and you're like, you know what, I could probably do this. That might be the reason why you're watching this, you're interested in this, because you're like, yeah, I heard a realtor and I was surprised by how much money he made because he wasn't too bright. You don't have to be smart to do this. You get to use a calculator on your exam even for the math. They don't even make you do the math on your own. You don't even need to know how to do multiplication. As long as you know how to use a calculator. And we break this down super simple. Super simple, nice and easy, quick, easy videos. And then there's knowledge checkpoints as you go through. So getting back to timing here. And again, you'll have this book to follow along with. We ship this out to you. But let's say you want to get this done in a month, 30 days. It's about 2 hours a day you'd be spending. Now, as you're going through the course, maybe if you're taking your time maybe through parts, maybe you're rewatching things, maybe you're taking a little bit longer to think through the practice questions, the knowledge checkpoints. Maybe you're spending some time reviewing what's in the book. So maybe you take a little longer than that, but this is what I would say would probably be a good estimate if you're committed to doing those 2 hours a day. And what I would focus on is doing this daily, because that's what's going to really help you with your memory of this information, because you're going to keep it fresh. Now, if you want to take, let's say, maybe you don't have time to commit 2 hours a day. So let's say you want to do this in 60 days. That's 1 hour a day. I was about to put an S there, but I'm like, no, it's only 1 hour. It's 60 minutes a day to get you done in 60 days. And look, you don't have to do this all at once. Maybe you do 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the evening, or maybe that is a little bit of an ask. So let's double down again. Let's say you want to do this in 120 days, which what we have here is we've got 1 month, 2 months, 4 months. And again, this isn't a guarantee, like exact calculation here. This is just a rough estimate of this. Because again, this is on demand, so you go through it as quickly or slowly as you need to. Take as much time as you need. You got up to a year, and we'll break it down to how much time to spend a day if you want to knock this out in a year. But we'll get to that point. So 120 days, and we got to knock out 60 hours, so we only need 30 minutes a day. 30 minutes a day, a half hour a day for 4 months, and you'll be able to knock out this information. Maybe that's too much to ask. And let's say, okay, what if we slow it down more? What if I can only afford to do 15 minutes a day? Well, then in that case, you get it done in 240 days. Or, and let's pull out the calculator for this one here to get the exact number for 365 days. And I really wouldn't recommend this option just because you're really stretching out the information. But if you want to do it across 365 days, we're not going to stop you. Let's see, we got 60 hours, 60-minute hours. The FREC doesn't even consider an hour 60 minutes, it's 50 minutes, but it will be conservative with our numbers. So divided by 365. Yeah, about 10 minutes a day. So that's what you're looking like to get your real estate license. Maybe you want to do it even in less time than this. Could you do that? Yeah? Just got to maybe commit a little bit more time to it here. We could move this. Oh, yeah, there we go. Let's say you want to do it in 15 days. So 15 days you want to get this done. That's going to be about 4 hours a day. 15 days, half a month. So 2 weeks, you can get this done. Let's say you're going to try to mimic our in-person 7-day straight class and get this done in 7 days. I would say take your time if you're rushing through it in 7 days, just because that much information's stacked up. I mean, a lot of people like to cram it in like that, but trust me when I say spaced repetition is so powerful. So you don't need to stretch this out to 12 months. That's a little pushing it. But also like 7 days, it's like, wow, I mean, you could get it done. I mean, we could say you do 60 hours straight, get it done in like 3 days, but you probably need some sleep to make sure you're going to remember this stuff. And that's, again, the key part of this. And that's why this could be such a benefit, is because you know when the best time of day it is for you to learn. Maybe that's in the morning, maybe that's in the evening, maybe that's in the afternoon, or maybe you don't know. But maybe you start taking this course and you find out. You find out when you're more likely to get distracted and you don't have time to do this. You find out when you're going to be at your best mental clarity. And then you'll be able to adjust, and you got 365 days to get it figured out here. And we can even do extensions beyond the 365 days, but let's not even talk about that, because 365 days is more than enough time to get this knocked out. Again, we're talking about 7 days here to get this done. So let's say you want to get this done in 7 days. And let's get a little bit closer to a more exact number on this, because it's probably going to be about 8 hours a day. Yeah, we'll call it 9 hours a day. Rounding up a little bit. And this one might be maybe like 4.5 or so. These aren't exact numbers, but this is a rough idea of time-wise what you're committing, and I would focus on this here daily. Maybe you miss a day, but don't miss too many days. Don't miss a week. Don't miss a month. If you're already enrolled in a course, maybe you're taking our self-guided course. We still have an amazing self-guided course as well. If you don't want an instructor, if you don't like my voice, if you don't want to watch a bunch of videos of me, you're probably going to prefer our interactive self-guided, where there's not an instructor with videos. It's you going through text-based information. And there's all kinds of different ways you could branch out from this here. But that's a little bit different than what we're talking about today. This is going to be a lot more like our live stream or classroom courses, where you have an instructor guiding you through the information, but again, on your schedule. And what that schedule looks like, I would say probably this is going to be the range to aim for. 1 to 4 months. I mean, you can get it done in 7 days. You could get it done in 7 days. But again, that's going to be information overload. You're going to be spending a lot of time going back through this information, probably a second, third, fourth, fifth time, however many times it takes you, because you're overwhelming yourself. There's 24 hours in a day, assuming you're sleeping for 8 of them, maybe slightly less than that, but we'll call it 8. I mean, that's almost your entire day there. I mean, you got a couple hours left for sleep and whatever else it is. So is it doable? Yes. But this is very likely to burn you out. And I don't want to see you also get started and just try to go all in. It's like, I'm going to do 9-hour days. And then all of a sudden you get 5 hours in. You're like, there's no way I'm going to get my real estate license. Because that'll be what happened if you're unrealistic about being able to commit this much time per day, every day for 7 days straight and hold all this information in. It's a big ask, but it is doable. But we know that is a big ask, and that's why we give you 365 days of access. But I wouldn't recommend being down at that end as well. I would say try to time it for this, maybe 2 hours a day. 30 minutes to 2 hours a day is what I'd recommend. That's what the doctor prescribes. I'm not really a doctor, so don't quote me on that. But 30 minutes to 2 hours a day to get this done between 1 and 4 months. Maybe some days it's a little under 30 minutes, but if you aim for this, 30 minutes to 2 hours a day, somewhere in that range, you will be done with this course before you know it. And here's what's going to happen. As you get into the topics and the parts of the course that are going to be more interesting, because there is some really interesting topics, especially Unit 16, the appraisal section. That appraisal section is one of my favorite chapters of the course because it's all about valuing property. So as you progress through this, you may find that you really like a certain topic and you may go through, you may spend 3 or 4 hours that day But it's a good 3 or 4 hours because it's not like you're feeling drained. You know, you first start off, and this has to be taught in a certain order because of the Freck rules, and there's a lot of laws and rules at the beginning of this course. A lot of laws and rules that are not the most exciting. And it might stress you out because you're like, I don't understand it. But here's the thing about the laws and rules. It's really more memorization for the laws and rules. The understanding is going to come later in the course. That's like chapter 4 and later is going to be more understanding information, whereas the first 3 chapters are very memorization, very basic, a lot of simple essential laws and whatnot. So don't let that stress you out as you're moving through the course either. And at any point, if you have a question, if you want to give us feedback, look, we just launched this new platform. So if there's something you see that maybe doesn't look right, you're like, hey, this doesn't seem right, reach out to us. Get in contact with us. Right in the bottom corner, you'll see a little yellow chat bubble. Let's see, do I have yellow here? Oh, I do got yellow. You're not supposed to say got, John. You do have yellow. Whatever. As long as people like you, you could sell real estate. And what else do you guys want to find out more about today? Like I said, if you're enrolled in the course, what questions do you have about the course? If you're thinking about enrolling in the course, what questions do you have about it? And so yeah, we got those little yellow chat bubbles down in the corner. Press that little yellow chat bubble, it pulls up this little messenger. And if you need to get through to me, that'll get you through to me. Just send us a message in here, but chances are our student support team will be able to get your question answered faster than I'll be able to get to it. Look, I don't just teach the classes. I mean, that's part of the reason why this has been a big push for me personally to get this course out there, is because there's a lot of things that stretches myself thin. And so I've got to find ways that I could still do what I love, but in a way that allows me to get back some of my time here as well, to continue the expansion and continue doing more, not just even with Tampa School Real Estate, but beyond. There's a lot of things it is that we work on, and really it all comes back to serving our students. For example, I have multiple broker licenses as well, and I used to be just an associate for several years just because I was like, I didn't want to be bothered, I don't have time for it. Well, then I found time for it. And now I'm trying to find more time. And I know this will be able to help more people because, you know, you could have me on your schedule wherever you are. You know, before, if you wanted me, there's a set time, a set place, and the show doesn't start till I walk in. And that's neat. I like that. But at the same time, you know, maybe something came up that night. Maybe you couldn't make it to class that day. Whatever it is that happens, that's why the on your schedule, on demand format is so powerful. And we've had an amazing self-guided course that we've had over 10,000 students just go through that program itself, that online course. From all over the world, for a Florida real estate license, but from all over the planet. We've had people from Europe, from China, from Russia, from Canada, from South America, from Africa. Even we've had people literally everywhere taking this online course. And this has been phenomenal. But you know what our number one complaint was about the self-guided online course that we've been selling for years? That's helped a lot of people start their real estate careers. But the number one complaint has been, I want an instructor to guide me through this. And we've had instructor-led courses. You know, back when we first launched our current self-guided course, I think that was back in 2016 is when we launched that, we didn't have live stream classes. I was just getting started on YouTube doing some live streams back then. And we didn't have any live stream classes then. That wasn't even until 2020. So if you're taking our self-guided course previously and you realize you need an instructor, your only other option to continue with Tampa School Real Estate was through a classroom course. And that made it difficult. And then we started live streaming. And that was like, wow, now you don't have to come here. And with gas prices, look, if you still want an instructor-led class, but you're like, driving back and forth to this classroom, that's going to cost me. As long as you got an internet connection, you can take our live stream class with a live instructor right in front of you on the screen. We bring the instructor through to you through the power of the internet. But again, maybe the set schedule is not something that you want. Maybe you would rather have something on your own time, at your own pace, but you still want an instructor to guide you through the material. That's what we just launched today. If you sign up now, the tsre.us/John link is going to take you right to the page where you can select whatever package you want to do, whether you just want to do the course with the textbook. The textbook is included with this year. So if you want to do that package, or you could add our exam prep, the Pass First Try bundle, I highly recommend that. The course is great, But there's a lot of extra information in the course that is not going to be in those exam prep tools. And so that's going to be really good for helping build up the repetition. You get the repetition in this course, but it's going to take longer just because there's so much more information in this course. Whereas the MP3 review, for example, that's only 5 hours. It's a 5-hour audio review. So you could pop that in your ear and just listen off your phone. As long as you have internet connection, you could listen to it over and over and over again. And so that's a really powerful tool, and that's all in the Pass First Try exam prep. And then, of course, there's your post-licensing course. So this course is not going to teach you, it's not, the purpose of it isn't about making money in real estate. You might figure out a few things going through it of how you can make some good money in real estate, but the purpose of it isn't how to make money in real estate. The purpose of it is teaching you the information the Florida Real Estate Commission determines important for your real estate exam. And then once you have your license, now you're eligible to take the post-licensing course. And this one doesn't have a state exam. This one isn't about the laws and rules like the pre-licensing is. This one's about growing a real estate business, how to make money with real estate, to put it simply. And so that's our complete jumpstart package. And we actually have a 45-hour post-licensing sales associate video-based course on the way right now. So our plan is, before anybody that's enrolling for this new course here, before they need post-licensing, we want to have that 45-hour course ready for you. So as soon as you're licensed, you'll be able to get enrolled in that 45-hour course to not just get your post-licensing requirement knocked out, because that is a requirement if you want to be in real estate more than just 2 years. But on top of that, it's going to teach you so much about how to make money with real estate. So I'm super excited to launch that course, because that's a curriculum that has a lot more variety to it as opposed to the pre-licensing. This pre-licensing course has a pretty strict curriculum because it's all about the exam. Whereas your post-licensing, again, that's more about making money and building a business out of real estate. And that's probably what you're really excited to learn about. So if you want to get into that complete jumpstart package to get the biggest savings, I think it's like half off when you get it with that complete jumpstart bundle there. So if you go right to that link, tsre.us/John, you'll be able to take advantage of that offer. We've got this launch special pricing on there, good until midnight. Today is the launch day. If you sign up at that link, it'll immediately give that course to your account. So you get started right away. The textbook won't be there right away. We got to ship this to you because it's a physical book. And this is a holiday weekend, so I probably want to ride till a little bit later next week. But here's the thing. You could start going through the course, and then you could go back and then mark up your book a little bit for those first couple of units that you've already reviewed. The first couple of units, again, they're very basic, very easy, so don't stress those ones too much, especially the first 3 units. Unit 2 is like 6% of the exam, but it's just a bunch of basic licensing rules you have to memorize. So those first 3 units are not too difficult. So if you want to get in there and start powering through the course, you could do that before this textbook even arrives. But definitely when your textbook gets there, take advantage of that to definitely mark up the book and use that as a tool, because this could be something you go back to use to study as well. There's also tons of practice questions in here that are structured just like the state exam. So a lot of good information in that book as well. So let's head over to the chat here, and thanks everyone for tuning in. Let's see if we've got any questions I could answer. And if you want to get your questions answered more confidentially, you can call or text us at 813-333-2676. Yes, and thank you, Joyce. And that's the thing. I mean, real estate can be, and not even just real estate, the whole world. I mean, it gets you down sometimes. It gets me down sometimes. Like, you, John, you down? Yes. It happens. It happens to all of us. But it's when we're able to take control of things and see progress in the direction that we desire that all of a sudden, that might put a little bit of a smile on our face. And one of the first things, just to give you a little spoiler alert, this is kind of a special moment in the class, in the course that we put in there, but for you watching, you'll see this as soon as you go in there. One of the first things I'll do in this course is I'm going to congratulate you. Because most people watching this video are not going to take that next step to get enrolled in the course. A lot of people watch this and think about it and say, that's something I want to do, but then they just go back to their life, they go back to their jobs, and someday maybe they come back to us, but a lot of times there's so many people that almost everybody, I want to say, has thought about a real estate career at some point. That's what it seems like. Even if they say they've never thought about a real estate career, they probably have. They're just not admitting it. I mean, that's how many people we've talked to that are interested in this. But look, I get it. It's not just the money that you're spending in this course. It's a commitment to yourself. It's an investment of yourself. And let me ask the question, when was the last time you made a serious investment in yourself? you relate the cost of this course to the rising cost of a lot of things in this world we live in today, and what your return on investment would be from a lot of these things that you see zero return on investment from. A meal you're maybe able to enjoy for 15, 20 minutes, an hour, something like that. And a hotel night stay, for example. I mean, yeah, you get to go on maybe some trip, see some sort of person, and maybe that does make you a lot of money. But the question is, does it? And the question is, do you have any money that you could set aside that you could put towards this course to get yourself enrolled, to start taking action, to build that life it is that you desire? And look, if you need a little bit smaller payment to get started, we could break this up into 4 payments. Everything on TampaSchoolOfRealEstate.com, whether you want to take our most expensive course or you're just buying like the MP3 Auto Review or something small like that. I think it's got to be at least $50 to be able to finance it, but we could split it into 4 payments. As long as it's at least $50, we could split it into 4 payments. So any of these course packages, the course itself, our self-guided course even, if you don't want the instructor-led version, if you want to get the Pass First Try bundle with the course, you could finance that all together. And if you look at the pricing, we've got it right at that page, the tsre.us/John. You'll see the pricing on there where there's not a small increase, not a large increase going from one payment plan to the next. So if you want to take advantage of that financing to get that whole complete Jumpstart bundle, it's not that much more expensive than the payment plan for the Pass First Try, which isn't that much more expensive than the payment plan for, because when you break it up into 4 payments, it really kind of shows you, well, I mean, this really isn't that significant of a cost. And for the impact this could have in your life, I mean, one deal could be worth a $10,000 commission. We could go into the math if anyone wants to see the math on that today. It could be worth a $100,000 commission. You could get one deal that could be $1 million commission. Go watch the $1 Million Listing TV show, and they're constantly saying, yeah, we got a $20 million commission on this deal. We got a $300,000 commission on this deal. We got a $200,000 commission on this deal for one deal. And yeah, they're like TV stars selling $1 million homes, but selling an average home could get you around like a $10,000 commission, depending on the definition of that average value in your market. But in Tampa, it's like $450,000, which is like $12,000 at 3% commission. So there's a lot of money on the table, and that's just for one deal, which on average, according to the realtors, takes 8 to 24 hours, depending on whether it's a seller or a buyer, to close the deal, to make over $10,000, starting with a couple $100 in a course, so you can get your real estate license. But here's the thing, it's not about the money, it's about the commitment. It's about the time. It's about you making yourself and your future a priority. And most people are not willing to do that. That's why they'll watch the video, they'll like the fireworks flashing in the background, and they'll say, yeah, I want to do that someday. But you know, when people say the word someday, that's not today, it's not tomorrow, that's not next week. Someday is what people say when they mean never. And so don't let yourself get caught up in that idea of never. Because if you say this will happen someday, you'll take the course someday, you'll set aside the time someday, you'll start this someday, that someday will keep being someday. It'll never be today. It'll never be an actual day. So don't get caught up in someday. And here's the thing, because I struggle with this myself. I'm a procrastinator. That's part of the reason why it took us all these years to put this course together as well. I have my own demons with procrastination, so if that's you, I get it. But here's the thing that has really changed my life. And there's actually a book on it. I think it's called like the 5-second rule or something. I believe it's by Mel Robbins. And if you want to get something done, you just got to do it. You just got to do it. You think about it too much, you're going to get caught up in the thinking, you're going to drive yourself crazy. So if there's something you really want to do, you've got to do it. The 5-second rule is like, okay, you count yourself down to 5, you got 5 seconds to make a decision, and you do what you want to do. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, make it happen. So hopefully that helps motivate some of you that have maybe been thinking about, I don't know if I could do this, I don't know if this is the right choice. Bet the $200 on yourself. Who's been to Vegas? Who's been to the Hard Rock? Who's been to one of these casinos and lost maybe a couple $100? And maybe gambling isn't your thing, but who's spent hundreds of dollars on food or made some bad purchase or wasted money before? If this is a waste of money, it's probably going to be the best waste of money you've ever wasted. If you take advantage of this course and what it could do for you and how it could change your life. And that's why you may be skeptical, is maybe you've made some purchases where you were really excited and like, hey, this is going to be something that's awesome. Or maybe you've been burned out by one of these like scam artist real estate online course things. And I don't mean like schools, like of actual Freck schools. I mean hey, do you want to learn how to flip contracts or wholesale or some sort of thing that you take a course and you spend all this money for the course and then you're left with not really knowing what to do, not having any certification, not really having changed much at all. And look, I'm not trying to throw shade on like people that aren't certified in some sort of way, but I'm not just trying to pitch you on some sort of course here that is just something that's going to give you some ideas. This is a certification course. This is something that you could use to get a Florida real estate license. And that Florida real estate license is required to broker real estate deals in Florida, so you could earn commission when you bring buyers and sellers together. Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Caroline, and glad that is helping you out, Joyce. But look, we're going to take a quick commercial break here. We're going to be back very shortly. But what we're about to play is the demo for this new course. So if this is something that you're like, I want to find out some more about it, check out this demo. And if you like what you see, go get that launch day special before midnight. Midnight is when the deal ends. So it ends at midnight, so make sure you get registered before then if you want to take advantage of this deal. But stick with us. We'll be back in just a minute. My name is John Chrismo. You're watching State of Real Estate. You've been wanting to get your real estate license, but have been struggling to find an instructor-led course that fits your schedule? I'm proud to introduce to you our on-demand, instructor-led pre-licensing course. Now you do not have to make a course schedule fit around your schedule to take an instructor-led course. This course is designed to be 100% video-based instruction. And this video-based instruction, even though this is pre-recorded video, still gives you the opportunity to engage and interact with the information to ensure your understanding of important key concepts so you're prepared for your end of course exam and state exam. My name is John Chrismo, and I'll be your instructor in this course. And I've been with the Tampa School of Real Estate for several years now and have helped personally thousands of people going through the licensing process. I'm excited to be your instructor throughout this course. Now, as you're going through the course, if you need help, we're just a click away. In the corner, you'll see a little yellow chat bubble where you can message our student support team, where you'll be able to get in touch with our team of licensed support professionals that have sales associate licenses, broker licenses, and instructor licenses as well. So you don't have just one instructor, you have a whole team of people from the Tampa School of Real Estate to help keep you on track, to help keep you in the important information, and to help keep you moving closer towards building your real estate career, getting it off the ground, and being able to go out there to join a broker, to activate your license, and start earning commissions. All of that is possible and so much more. But to get started, you need to enroll. So enroll today. Take advantage of the special offer we have on this on-demand pre-licensing course. You'll have instant access as soon as you enroll. You'll get an email with information to log into your course online so you get logged in and start completing your course today. You don't have to wait until the class starts. The class is already there waiting for you. So take action today and let's start building your real estate empire. Have you been wanting to get your real estate? Hello and welcome back to this week's episode of State of Real Estate, where we're doing a special today on our new course launch. And not just the special price we've got on the website if you want to buy this thing, but really, if you just signed up for this course, you're thinking about signing up for it, we're doing this today because we just launched it. We've got so many pre-orders that came in for this course and so many people that have taken advantage of the special. And we've got a great launch special today if you want to get enrolled in this course and start building your future in real estate. Get started. Go to tsre.us/John. But go back and rewatch this video. We've actually got a really great course introduction as soon as you get in there. So get in there and watch that course introduction, because that is a much kind of shorter, more concise version of what we talked about on here today to help get you through that initial piece of information in this course there. So if you get enrolled, you're going to have immediate access to it. You have 365 days to go on and get this course done. Whether you want to do this in 7 days, you want to drag it out across all the 365 days, whatever makes sense for you, it's on your schedule. Just go in there and get it done. You can do it from your phone, from a tablet, from your computer. Just log in online from any internet-connected device, and you've got short, easy-to-follow videos with quick, easy practice questions, along with an actual physical textbook to follow along with. We actually ship you this book. So get yourself enrolled in that course today. Take advantage of that special, but otherwise, that's all I've got for you today. So thank you for tuning into this week's episode of State of Real Estate. If you want to make sure you're subscribed, so whenever we have more information about building your real estate business, for giveaways, we do giveaways every now and then where if you tune in and like and comment and share, we'll give away a course. So make sure you're subscribed if you go right to tsre.us, that takes you right to our website. Drop your email in there. It's tampaschoolofrealestate.com. Put your email in on there, and we'll get you subscribed so that way you don't miss any of this important information that we have about growing your business, or the fun stuff like the giveaways, the course launches, and the exciting things that we've got going on to help you build your real estate empire. It's all the time we've got for today. Thank you so much for everyone tuning in. Thank you so much for all of our past students as well, helping us position ourselves that we could really bring a course like this to market. You know, this whole studio that I'm standing in today wouldn't be possible if it weren't for the viewers at home like you that are taking advantage of this information and building their own real estate empire. So, I mean, there's some students that have gone through our programs and far outpaced anything it is that I've ever done. So congratulations to everyone who's an alumni of Tampa School of Real Estate that's gone on to have whatever level of success it is that you're trying to get out of real estate. Because you can go be a top producing agent, or you can just earn referral fees. We're not here to tell you have to do one or the other. You can do this as a side hustle and as a part-time job, or you do it full-time, quit your job and go all in and again, become a top producing real estate agent. What you make out of real estate is what you make out of it. There's so many opportunities, but you have to get started to be able to take advantage of them. That's all I've got for you today. Have a happy 4th of July weekend. Happy Independence Day. Go get yourself some independence by enrolling in this course. Some financial freedom, some security, some control. The independence. Happy Independence Day, everyone, and I'll see you next week.
You are watching
State of Real Estate. Every Friday at 12 noon Eastern Time. Grow your real estate business. You're watching State of Real Estate. Are you studying for your Florida real estate exam? If you are, you need to check out our Pass First Try strategy. You're going to love this. It's 4 steps that we break down the process to study for your Florida real estate exam. So you're set up to pass your Florida real estate exam because that's what you're studying for, right? To pass your exam. It's 4 steps. Number 1, you learn the information. You've got to learn this to be able to pass the exam, but it doesn't stop at learning. Step 2, you've got to reinforce the basic, simple, key concepts. As you learn this information, keep reviewing the simple things. You don't need to know everything, but you got to review these basic key concepts. Step 3, you've got to test your knowledge. The exam's going to test your knowledge, so if you don't test your knowledge in advance, you won't find out if you know what you think you know until you take the exam. And then step 4 is be confident and prepared, because even if you know this material, you need to be confident that you know the material. Check out the full strategy at passfirsttry.com. That's passfirsttry.com. So you just got your real estate license. How can you jumpstart your real estate business? The number one thing you should do before you do anything else is post-licensing. Now look, this is already a requirement, so you're gonna have to do it anyways, but here's why you wanna do it early. The sooner you do post-licensing, the sooner you're gonna learn the real-world concepts in post-licensing that will help you create a business plan, that'll help you plan for your success in real estate. Post-licensing is all about real-world topics that are usable, that'll help you grow your real estate business. And at Tampa School of Real Estate, we have the best post-licensing courses around. Find out more about how post-licensing can help you jumpstart your real estate career. Go to postflorida.com. Have you been thinking about getting your Florida real estate license? Look, the process is probably easier than you think. We break it down step by step, how much it's going to cost, what it is that you need to do to get your Florida real estate license. Find out all of that and more at licensefl.com. Again, that's licensefl.com.
want to incorporate studying for your real estate exams into your busy schedule? Now you can review the key topics you need to know to pass your class and state exams with our MP3 audio review. Simply pop in your headphones or connect to your car to reinforce crucial information while you exercise or drive. Listen to the first unit for free at mp3audioreview.com. That's mp3audioreview.com.
Hey, if you're enjoying the show today, which I'm sure you are, be sure to hit like, subscribe, post your comments, share with your friends and family. Thank you guys so much for watching.
You are watching
State of Real Estate. Every Friday at 12 noon Eastern Time. Grow your real estate business. You're watching State of Real Estate.